Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of In True Form. I'm your host, Corey Truesdale. I have a special guest with me here today by the name of L'Oréal Bryant, and I will let her introduce herself to you and her business.
Hi, my name is L'Oréal. I'm with Ambi'Lo Lifestyles. That's my brand, and I focus on holistic health and helping others become the healthiest and better version of themselves.
Yeah, so L'Oréal and I have known each other for how many years?
At least 8. I want to say 8 years.
About 8 years. I met L'Oréal through Verizon at the time. Different locations, of course, but I moved to North Carolina in 2017 and met her a little after that, and she's always been driven. She's very spiritual. She's very into health, and just kind of meshed on a whole bunch of different levels as far as from veganism and plant-based lifestyle. And so she's here today to tell her story. I got a few questions for you so you can kind of roll with it. Again, thank you all for tuning in. This is probably episode 4, maybe.
Nice.
We'll see.
That's awesome.
We'll see. So, let's get started. L'Oréal, first and foremost, I appreciate you having the opportunity to jump on my podcast.
Absolutely.
It's been long overdue in a sense of having to sit down and having someone basically go over your business, your vision. But yeah, I'm gonna give you the floor. Tell us a little bit about your business and what you basically have been put here to do for the people.
Well, it really started, I can go all the way back to the beginning, but what I do now is help others with detox packages. So juicing, I started juicing for myself about 2 years ago. Saw all the great benefits, like with my overall health, weight loss, skin, mental clarity, like you said, the spirituality. Once I was able to fast with juicing, I saw, it was like I was getting downloads, and I had to just share that with other people. So that's really what started the whole process. And then I started studying herbalism, so I've been doing that for about 1.5 years now, going in depth with making my own herbal remedies, tinctures, and skincare products is my newest venture.
So I have a little bit of her skincare product on. I've been putting it on for 2 days now. I haven't told her, but she showed me the product when I arrived, and I haven't had to put any type of moisture on my face whatsoever since waking up in the morning and doing my regular routine. We had a photo shoot today, so we've been out and about, moving out and about, doing all of the things, and I feel like my face still looks good.
Yes, you're glowing, and you're in the desert, so super dry here in Vegas.
The glow with low.
The Ambi'Lo glow. So yeah, it's super dry in Vegas, so yeah, if it's moisturizing you here, yeah, we're doing good.
Cool. So I'm gonna throw some rapid fire questions so the audience can get an opportunity to know you. First question I'm gonna throw at you, Lo, is what inspired you to create Ambi'Lo Lifestyles, and what does its mission mean to you?
Well, I was really inspired way back around the time I met you. My father passed away when I was living in North Carolina. He had a heart attack. He was in the hospital for a while. They didn't catch the fact that he also had a blood clot in his throat. He was on a bunch of medications that obviously weren't working. He was seemingly healthy otherwise. He worked, he was very active, but he didn't trust the doctors. He wanted to leave, go home, and then he passed away the same night. So it was really heartbreaking for me because my family was trying to convince him to stay so that they could do testing. And it just made me realize how we really have to have more control over our own health. We can't just trust in the doctors to have all the answers, and the medicines aren't going to cure you. You have to practice preventative medicine, and then there's so many things holistically you can do to better your health so that you don't have to deal with doctors as often.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's sad that we do have different instances that occur that's life changing, and it make you have to pivot in your life, and sometimes it comes with tragic situations. So I'm sorry to hear about your dad.
Thank you.
I know a lot of people that's currently struggling with health issues and things of that nature. And it's really hard sometimes to kind of steer them in the right direction, even though you can sit there and tell them, like, look, this happened to this person.
Right.
But because it's not happening to them at that moment, is really hard to show them the true meaning of health.
No, you're right. It's easy to stay detached if you haven't had something traumatic happen to you, or if it's not personal to you. So having that experience really shaped my path.
Appreciate that. Can you share your personal health journey and how it shaped the direction of your work?
Yeah, sure. So about 2 years ago, I decided, I needed to really make a change in my life. I was feeling super depressed. I had just moved back to Vegas to be closer to family after the pandemic. Just got out of a serious relationship where I was engaged. So I was super depressed. As I was telling you earlier, I was drinking a lot. I was smoking a lot of weed. I was eating horribly.
Stephen A. says, stay off the weed. That's what Stephen A. says. Sorry, you can continue.
I agree.
It just came to my
second
head.
that, but and I always had gut health issues, so I would be bloated all the time, feel sluggish, and then I was born with female reproductive issues as well, and I didn't realize that there was anything that I could do holistically, because the doctors would just try to give you medicines, and the medicine might fix one problem and cause another. So one doctor actually in Durham, North Carolina, told me that plant-based lifestyle might be helpful, and I was like, oh wow, I've never heard that before.
1 to a million that you
exactly
you find those doctors.
To this day, I'm like, that was one of the best doctors I ever met, and she was an OBGYN in Durham. And so I still didn't take that advice. Like you said, you could tell people all day, what they should do, what they need to do, but something really has to change and resonate with you on a deep level, before you can make that change. So still, fast forward 2 years after that, which was about 2 years ago, I was doing online training. I was eating these huge meals with lots of meat and then maybe a little side of vegetables. And, the trainers I was following, I was like, wow, he looks really good. So if they look good.
Marvin down all the pizza and burgers.
Right.
Get all your carbs.
Drinking energy drinks at the gym, not necessarily doing it the healthy way. I don't know what else they were taking, but it wasn't resonating with me. And I had a friend, an online friend on Instagram, share Yaki Awakened. I don't know if you've heard of Yaki Awakened. I kind of told you a little bit about him. You need to check out some of his videos. He's a master herbalist. He's a god to me, like, as far as the knowledge he has with herbalism. He's a biochemist. He's healed himself and thousands of people. And I saw him on live, and I was just tuned in for like hours. And he was talking, hypnotized, talking about fruit and how healing it is, and juicing and all these things. And he goes really scientific with it and explains why and what, the reasoning behind everything. And it just totally resonated with me. And I was like, you know what? When I get back home, I was on a trip for work at the time. And I was like, when I get back home, I'm going to really try this. I'm going to give this a shot. Yeah. Because again, it was something calling me, and it just resonated with me, and it literally changed my life.
That's the type of stories that you hear on TV when they're millionaires. They tell you life story or whatever. But I've been looking in L'Oreal's refrigerator, and all she has is plants and vegetables and fruits and all that stuff. Like, she doesn't have any processed stuff in her refrigerator. So it's like, that's all we've been eating and drinking is juice, plant-based. I was vegan for about 4 or 5 years. And I felt great. I've always felt great eating healthy, eating clean. A lot of the people that know me know I eat plant-based, majority of the time. Then sometimes I get my crazy cravings, but just being around Lo these last couple of days is like, you have a light bulb that switch. And when we've been out and about, we see a lot of unhealthy people, whether it's mental or physical, we see it. And it's pretty cool that you're doing this journey, and you're going to be inspiring people that you run across. And I really hope that you get those clientels and those people that's gonna flock to you, just like the people that you're flocked to that you mentioned.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, no doubt. We're gonna take a quick break. So stay with us, and we'll be right back.
My journey with Ambi'Lo Lifestyles is more than just detoxing or drinking juice. It's about creating a lifestyle, one that grounds me in the present, heals me from the inside out, and helps me step into the best version of myself. Throughout this journey, I've learned that holistic health is more than just a goal. It's a way of life. I've found strength in nature, clarity in stillness, and purpose in connection. At Ambi'Lo Lifestyles, my mission is to build a community of like-minded individuals, those ready to embrace a healthier, more intentional life. Cheers to holistic health and becoming our highest selves together.
All right, and we're back. I hope you all enjoyed that nice ad that we had there showcasing Ambi'Lo Lifestyles.
Yes.
We're going to keep it moving, L'Oréal. So I got another question for you.
Okay.
So what benefits do your clients experience when they follow your programs?
Well, I always try to make sure I'm a big support along my client's journey. I don't want it to just be you grab my products and then you're on your own, good luck. First I always do consultations for free to go over what their goals are, and then I continue that throughout their process, so that way they feel like they have that support they need. We're building a community together. I'm motivating them, but they're also motivating me. That is what I do it for. Like, I love to help people. I love to feel like I'm inspiring people, so I want to be a part of their journey. So I give them all the tools that I've learned. I pretty much give that to them along with whatever products they're purchasing.
Yeah. What was the nicest thing one of your clients has ever said to you?
Well, one of my clients that I met through a friend was like, wow, this whole process of detoxing has really changed my life. I really see I have the clarity that I needed to overcome my challenges. And a lot of these clients that I work with have real health conditions. It's not just, lose weight, I want mental clarity. That comes along with it. But it's like, no, I have Hashimoto's disease, or I have heart disease, or I have arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. So the fact that they're trusting me, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not claiming to be a doctor, but they've tried all these other things and haven't gotten the support that they needed to fully trust. So just the fact that they're trusting in me, it makes me feel so good, and I don't take that lightly at all. I make sure I do everything I can to really help them.
Yeah. As a photographer, you want to find those clients that lift you up with their words of encouragement and the testimonials that they receive, that they give you. So it allows you to do better, so it's gratifying, basically absolutely. Getting those type of remarks.
So fulfilling. It's like, that's what we're doing it for. We have a passion in what we do, but at the same time, that is really what it's all about, making that human connection. So that makes it special.
Dope. Let's see. How do you customize your detox plans to meet individual health needs and challenges?
So, as I was saying, as far as the client telling me what their health issues are, what their goals are, I customize a detox plan based on that. So I make different types of herbs. I have my standard ones, like this one's a chai tea blend, which I just always love chai tea, the spice, the cinnamon, the cardamom, really good. But it also is good for it's heart healthy. It's good for your digestive system. It's good for anti-inflammatory.
Doodling. Your stomach be rubbling, you're gonna be doodling. Yes. You're on the toilet, you're gonna run out a lot of toilet paper.
We don't want that.
Don't want no more toilet.
Making a big mess, stinking up the place. This will help you.
I ain't mean to throw that off. I thought of it. I had some of this chai tea before we went to the gym, and I typically use pre-workout.
Yeah.
It's a vegan pre-workout that I get. I can't remember the name. I get it from Whole Foods, and I didn't bring it with me. So L'Oréal made some of this tea, and I don't think I ever brought tea into a gym before.
Hot tea, right? At that.
Hot tea in the gym where, some people do the coffee.
Yeah.
I'm in there with hot tea.
Yeah.
And I say I did some chest and I did some, some shoulders and stuff. And I just started feeling energized. And no lie, I wound up doing the elliptical early in the morning now. And, I'm used to the Eastern Standard Time. So I'm really like, it's what time did we go to the gym yesterday?
7, 8?
7, 8?
Yeah,
so
7:30 or something?
Yeah, so we was in there and it was great tea. It's not like store-bought stuff. It's not like what's in that bag where once it gets to the end, you don't really taste the stuff anymore. So highly recommend the chai tea. I can't wait to try the other stuff.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, man. We're going to keep it rolling. Why is it important for you to offer free consultations and health coaching?
I think it's really important because I want the client to feel like I have their best interest at heart, not that I'm just a salesperson. I've been in sales like you, we've done sales, in previous jobs, but for me, it's really about helping people. So the more information I can get from the client, the better I can help them. So I like to first have that discovery call, find out everything that I need to know to help them the best I can. And then that way they know that I'm serious about their health. As much as they want to change, I really want that change for them.
Sounds good. All right, before we go to our next break, I want to ask you this question, L'Oréal. Can you explain how practices like yoga and meditation impact emotional and spiritual well-being?
Oh yes, that's a big one for me because as much as internally whatever we're putting in our bodies is benefiting our health, I think it's just as important to have clarity and be anti-stress and anxiety. So for me, it helps me be present in everyday life, reduces stress and anxiety and your flight or fight responses, which affects your overall physical health as well. So I feel like they all tie in together and I can't just have one without the other. So as soon as I started changing my physical health, it only made sense that I needed to be more spiritual, more connected, more present. So it's a daily practice for me.
Cool. So I know we talked about this in the past a little bit, but what are your long-term goals for Ambi'Lo Lifestyles and what steps are you taking to achieve them?
So long term, I want to be like I said, Yaki Awaken, big inspiration for me. I would like to be somewhere on his level where, he's doing consultations with people and healing them, telling them how to do it on their own. He's still an herbalist and practicing and has his own clinic. And then people like Sahara Rose, there's this lady named Sahara Rose and she's a spiritual life coach. And she's traveled all around the world and helped people in small communities in Bali and different places. And I would like to go on a journey like that and then be able to help people on a bigger scale, Yeah. She has a big podcast. She has big retreats and different things like that. So I would like to expand to that level outside of just Vegas.
Cool. Before we go to break, would you like to tell the audience where they can find your website, your socials?
Yeah, so my Instagram is Ambi'Lo_Lifestyles. I'm also on Facebook, Ambi'Lo Lifestyles. And my new website will be out soon. It'll be ambi'Lolifestyles.com, where you can get the herbs, the skincare. I also have Etsy. I just started that as well. And
shout out to Etsy.
Etsy.
They've been around for so long.
Yes, I'm loving Etsy.
Tabitha Brown started on Etsy.
Really?
That's how Angel got familiar with who Tabitha Brown was. She was getting her stuff off Etsy.
On Etsy. Yeah, I had never really been that familiar with it, but now I'm getting accustomed and started my little shop on there to make it easier. But yeah, it's a really great tool, so I'm looking forward to using that more. And then if you're here locally, or even I have friends in Texas, North Carolina that need coaching, we could do virtual meetings.
Yeah, tell
I could
them
send you the herbs.
At.
I'm in Las Vegas, so if you're here locally, I could definitely help you in person, but we do live or virtual consultations, and then I can send you the herbs, show you the juicing, and just coach you virtually as well.
Sounds good. Hey, we'll be right back after these messages. Thank you again for tuning in to In True Form. I wanted to show you this prebiotic drink that is a staple in my household. It's not like your other brands. It's not like, the ones we grew up with. We're not going to call no names out. But this right here, it's a cherry limeade flavor, by the way. 25 calories, 5 grams of sugar or less. But it's gut health. It looks out for your stomach on those nights where you're eating or drinking things that you don't have no business drinking, and it messes your stomach up, looking like you don't know what happened to you the night prior. But anyway, this right here is a drink that everyone in my house loves. This is the box it comes with. Has a ton of benefits to help you with your gut. Poppy, you can find them at your local stores. If anybody has Whole Foods, Wegmans, Food Lion, or anything like that, they all are there. So check it out. Box comes with 4. I'm gonna pop this open for you. As you can hear, it has the same realistic sound as all the other drinks. Yeah. You add this with some chicken or fish or whatever your diet is, you can have this with just about anything. But definitely check it out. Thanks for tuning in to In True Form. Talk to you later. Peace. And we're back. All right, so
Here we are.
We're going to close out the show with a couple of these last questions. And of course, my end of episode segment, whereas I ask, what are you thankful for? So while you're thinking of that, one of my last couple of questions, Lo, is how do you collaborate with nonprofits to support and give back to underserviced communities?
That's a great question because that's really important to me to give back. That's part of my mission. So I partner with local nonprofits and I work with them on events. I offer free services to give back. For instance, feeding the houseless community here in Vegas. I'll bring juice and treats and just show up and actually help serve the houseless community. I work with some other local nonprofits that have events for kids, breast cancer, and I do similar things where I'll show up, bring my products, I'll give away raffle prizes, detox packages to give back to the community because I feel like it's really important that everyone has access to good health. It's shouldn't be a privilege, it should be accessible to everyone.
Yeah, it's like that in other countries. You don't have to look too far for the good stuff, whereas here in the U.S.,
it's more of a privilege.
Yeah. So no, I love that. I love giving back, things like that. So let's see. All right. Final main question. It's the final main question.
Okay.
What advice would you give to someone looking to start their journey toward a healthier lifestyle?
Oh, that's a great question too. So I really feel like changing your lifestyle can be really overwhelming, and I think that's people just get stuck in their habits and they're like, oh, how am I, I'm going from eating fried chicken, McDonald's steak, and you expect me to be holistic overnight. It's not really realistic. You really have to transition. So I always suggest starting small. Even with my clients, I say, don't, they'll say they want to start like a 30-day detox. And I'm like, it would be best to just transition out of your lifestyle first before starting a big detox. So take out the soda or take out, for me, it was like carbs. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to eat rice and pasta every day. Yeah. And then I'll eat the meat and veggies for a while. And then eventually it became like, okay, I don't need the meat. Let me do more fruits. And then I was like, okay, let me go all the way raw, so it was a transition. So I'd say start small, take out little things or the big things that you're addicted to, and then transition towards your lifestyle.
That's great advice. And you do a lot of fasting as well. You do daily fasting almost, right?
Yes, I definitely do intermittent fasting or daily fasting. I usually eat between the hours of 12 and 6 p.m. Wow. So I only eat during those hours, sometimes I deviate from that, but I feel the best when I do that. Again, I had the bloating and gut issues, so when I just fast in the morning, I could still work out, I still feel good, I drink my juice, sometimes I'll have a smoothie, and then I'll eat a big meal in the afternoon.
Right.
By the evening, I'm digested, and it's really helpful for me.
What's the name of that tea? This is for all the ladies out there that's still going through their cycle and things of that nature. What's the name of that tea that you were talking about,
yes.
that you're going to be basically being able to sell? You sell it now, right?
I sell it now. It's called the flower tea because, as women, we're delicate flowers. And it really has all the flowers in it, like red raspberry leaf nettle, alfalfa. It's really good for hormonal health for women and supporting your uterus, your reproductive system. Again, like I had female reproductive issues, bad periods, a lot of cramping, hormonal issues, and it really helps balance you out. Like I told you earlier, like I've never had such light periods and light pain in my life, and I drink the flower tea almost every day, and I kind of fast a couple days before my period. Yoni steaming is really important as well, but yeah, it does wonders, and it also is good for your heart as well and your lymphatic system, drainage, but really supportive to women, and I've found a lot of women actually love it, and it's light in flavor, tastes great.
Does it keep the women from turning into something else during their cycle? Like,
Exactly.
get out of my room.
Exactly. That used to be me. I've had several of my exes will tell you, I just stay away from you because you become crazy woman.
Man.
So yeah, now it's like, it's so mild, and I'm like, this stuff really works.
I don't want you in my room.
Exorcist type of thing.
Yeah, yo, that's crazy.
No, it helps regulate all of that.
Yeah. I'm excited for my wife to try it.
Absolutely. I have some goodies for her.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how that turns out, and may have a full-time customer from her.
Oh, absolutely. I'm excited too.
So we're gonna close out. If you were able to cook for someone special, dead or alive, who would it be, and what dish would it be?
Oh my gosh, that is so
That is a curveball. Now do a curveball on you.
Curveball on me. Well, what I would say is, I always find it fun and fascinating to actually get to know what people like. Like I'm very nurturing with anyone I care about. So I always want to know what do you like? What would make you happy? What would make you excited to come home and eat? So if I were cooking for anyone, wow, dead or alive, I'm trying to think of like a celebrity crush. I don't know. That's crazy.
I knew I was going to trip her up.
That's maybe like Barack Obama. I love Barack Obama.
All right.
What would he
for
want?
the American people. I want to see exactly.
Does he like a good fried chicken, which would be
I can eat some fried chicken.
mushrooms instead, or does he like Hawaiian food? So yeah, I would want to know, what do you like, Barack? Because baby,
I like a lot. So Michelle, let me tell you, Michelle actually likes to cook collard greens, but let me finish. But yeah, I think Barack would actually love the fried mushrooms.
Fried mushrooms, yeah. With some good like vegan truffle mac and cheese, or the sweet potatoes, yeah. That's good Southern.
You've been talking about this truffle mac and cheese.
I love truffle mac and cheese. Shout out to Down to Earth.
Down to Earth,
plant-based cuisine in Las Vegas.
Pizza was really good.
Yeah, so good.
Pizza was really great. All right, coming to a close. I like to do this at the end of every episode. What are 3 things you're thankful for?
I'm thankful for my family. Family is super important to me. Love, because I feel like when you are your highest self, there's love all around you. I am love, and then everywhere around me, I'm seeing love when I'm living in my purpose. And health. Yeah, I'm happy for the body that I'm in, the health that I've been able to maintain.
Well, L'Oréal, you have a lot of big, major things coming on down the line. I'm excited for your journey. I'm excited for the news that you're going to probably be sharing with your friends and family later on this year. We'll keep that as a secret as of right now. I appreciate you bringing me out here to Las Vegas and giving me the great I don't even know if it's Southern hospitality because where is the Western hospitality? The Western.
I'm from the South too, though. You know,
Yeah, you
I
got
lived in
it. You got it,
Texas,
yeah.
so you know, North Carolina.
So Texas is considered the South?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
North Carolina, even they consider that the South.
Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, I
you're
got
right.
a little Southern hospitality.
Yes.
But yeah, I appreciate you too. You've been a great friend and super great person to talk to about things and motivating. So yeah, I'm excited for everything you have going as well.
Cool. You get a hug?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have something for you.
Oh, what you got?
So this is my brand here, Ambi'Lo Lifestyles, and I have a shirt for you as well.
Got a new tee.
Yes, so you can represent.
And my white tee. Yep. Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. So yeah, I appreciate you all for tuning in to another episode of In True Form with my special guest, L'Oréal. Please go follow her, buy from her, support her.
Thank you.
Inbox her, do all the things that's going to catapult her business to another level. And peace out.
Thank you. Bye.
Awesome.
Awesome sauce.
You did good.
Thank you.
I told you it wasn't going to be so bad.